A Florida teacher is accused of filing a fake, false police report as a cover for being late for work. This is in Port Charlotte, Port Lucie. There's so many ports in Florida. I don't know why. Who's pulling up to Florida in a boat? Who's like, oh, here's a place we can live. I'm sorry, people do pull up and want to live in Florida. I don't know who they are. They're pretty crazy people. They're probably running from the law. That's probably who's pulling up in a Florida port. People who owe child support and need to get away. People who have 7 DUIs and still want a state to issue them a license. That's Florida. Port Charlotte, Florida. A Port Charlotte teacher is accused of making a false report about 2 men impersonating deputies and pulling him over on Monday. Oh, the old "I'm gonna be late, I got pulled over" excuse. Deputies say Neil Armstrong Elementary School teacher Karter Clark made up the story about getting pulled over by 2 fake deputies because he was running late to work. Deputies spent the morning looking for these 2 suspects. They say the false claim caused a disturbance in the community. Clark was arrested on misdemeanor charges of filing a false police report. The Charlotte County School District plans to discipline the teacher once the sheriff's office finishes their investigation. Yeah, you got to discipline this teacher because you want a teacher who represents honesty and not making excuses why you can't show up. A teacher works in an industry where children are constantly making up excuses why they didn't do their homework, why they can't come to school, and they're not being honest about it. So you, therefore, should be honest in your reasonings for not being on time. You can't be making up crimes that don't exist. Actually going and filing the police report, like going the length to file the police report, that's a little too much for me. That's a little too much. Make up another excuse. What's wrong with you? Have you used the dead grandma yet? Use that one. That's, maybe he already used that one, but you can come up with so many others. So many others. My Google Home Mini didn't work the alarm. We can start blaming shit on our technology, right? And eventually on the artificial intelligence. Like, the artificial intelligence didn't wake me up on time. I'm sorry, I'm late for work. There's a million excuses out there, a billion, gazillion. Tell them you got sprayed by a skunk, and not only do you not have to come in late, you don't have to come in at all. They'll be like, stay away. We'll pay you to stay away for the next 2 weeks, you stinky bastard. That's a good one. You don't file a police report. This is like the most sophisticated excuse to get out of work. You're gonna go file a police report. You're gonna make up. You had the police running around town looking for, this is what's crazy. The police assumed that these are fake deputies, and then they assumed, oh, there's people running around dressed as deputies in a fake police car pulling people over. Let's get on the town and try and find them. I mean, you see what this one lie led to? I mean, this is crazy. Teachers, man. Teachers in Florida. Can you imagine? You're trusting your child to a teacher in Florida. You run reports on teachers in Florida. I'll bet you'll find 30% of them have a felony. I'll bet you anything. Raise your child in Florida. You got to be out of your mind. You have a better chance of your child being a functional human being if you allow your child to be raised by apes in the Amazon. You really do. Is that too harsh?